Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Priscilla and this is Priscilla. If you're here for the first time, thank you for stopping by my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. If you've not subscribed, then kindly do so right now. If you're here for the second, third, 100th time, thank you for always watching my content. I'm so glad that you're always supporting me. If you've not subscribed, then do so right away. Yeah guys, so today I am undoing my braids. These are 4 weeks old. Yeah, they're so clean because I wash my braids of late, because why should I struggle with dirty braids? Yeah, I already undid a part of it here and I chopped off the relaxed parts because I told you guys I'm going to do that. I just want to transition back to natural. So as I undo my braids, I want to give you guys a story time of the most embarrassing moment of my life. One of the most embarrassing moments. It's not the only one. I have a lot of them. So it's going to be a bit noisy. I'm going to go to the balcony, so I'll make it a voiceover. It will run through the channel, the video, as I undo my braids. Yeah, so stay with me. So yeah guys, here we go. I'll start by cutting off, of course, the extra part of the braid so that I can just, make my work easier by just undoing a little part of it. Yeah, so I'll be undoing my braids as I tell you my story. So here goes my story, guys. I am someone who actually grew up in the village in Trans Nzoia County, Cherengani constituency, inside in a village called Alma Farm or Moronjo or Jasho Farm, whichever you know it as. So I grew up in the village. In the village, we used to grow agricultural. Used to do agriculture. We could grow crops, maize, beans, and vegetables and all that. We used to do all that. So I'm someone who's like, I have done all that in the farm. Talk of digging, talk of weeding, talk of uprooting beans, planting, shelling of maize, harvesting of maize, all that, everything that can be done in the farm. I have milked a cow, I have grazed cows, I have, all that. I've done everything that can literally be done in a farm. I am a village girl, literally. I'm a serious village girl, right? Yeah. So growing up, we used to grow in a certain church where the youth was supposed to carry out. We used to go to a certain church where the youth were actually supposed to carry some social services for the elderly in the church. So we will organize ourselves so that one of the days of the week when we are in our holidays, because that time I think we were in high school, or I think we were in campus. Actually, I think I was in campus. At that time, when we are in our holiday, maybe the long holiday every week, we'll actually set aside a day. Then we'll go to one of the elderly people to help them with any work that they have, whether it's kuboma nyumba. I don't know how to say it in English, like building a house using mud or something, whether it's kujenga nyumba, whether it's weeding their crops, whether it's harvesting, it's shelling, it's planting, everything. So we'll organize every week as the youth will meet up and go to an elderly person's home. So my grandma was in that church as well. So this one time, it was her turn. So we were supposed to meet up at her place. Obviously, it was more comfortable for me and my siblings when we were going to my grandma's place to like do social work. We used to do that all the time, even if it was not a church activity. We'll just organize as cousins and go help my grandma do ABCD. So we went to my grandma's place. I don't remember whether we were weeding, harvesting, planting, but I think we were actually harvesting beans, if I'm not wrong. So, and it was actually a rainy season. So we went in the morning. I think we were there by around 10 a.m. We harvested our beans. It was so hectic. I was so tired. Luckily by 1, I don't know whether we were harvesting maize or we were harvesting beans. Whatever it is that we were harvesting, I don't remember. So by around 2 p.m., I think we were done. Then, of course, my grandma will make us like lunch. Okay, not really my grandma, because some of the youth, especially my young sisters, will volunteer to assist grandma with making lunch on such days so that, of course, they can escape their farm work. Yeah. So by around 2 p.m. we were done. So we went for lunch. While we were having lunch, it started raining. It rained so seriously. So yeah, after the rain, it was very late. I think it was 5 p.m. or something. I think it was 6 p.m. No, 5 p.m. because it was almost getting dark. So yeah, it stopped raining, so we left the house. A few paces away from my grandma's house after we now live as a group with the other church youth and all that. We now live as a group because all of us are almost going to the same direction. So like 200 or 300 meters away from my grandma's home, there is a pool of water because there in the village there are no nini tarmac roads. So obviously it's the muddy roads and all that, and it had just rained, so it's muddy, pools of water everywhere, potholes. But now our potholes are muddy because it's not a tarmac road. So when you go to that pool of water, it was not even very wide. It was not wide. I think it was like a meter or something, a meter wide or something. So of course the villagers had tried to go around it. Some were passing through the nearby farm to cross over the pool of water. So while we were getting there, I this is the most embarrassing thing of my life. I said, "Hey," I will say it in Swahili, then I think I'll write the translation on the screen. I said, watu wafupi wapitie huko kwa shamba, sisi warefu tutaruka hii maji. Like, let the short ones pass through the neighboring farm to escape the pool of water. For us who are tall, including me, we'll just jump over the water. Okay, so I say that, and I was saying that as a way to, like, a joke, because my elder sister is actually shorter than most of us. So of course they just go to pass through the nearby farm. But I, who has said that I'm part of the tall people, I decide that I'm gonna jump over the pool of water. So guys, everyone else has passed. Everyone else has passed. For those who've gone through the farm, have gone through the farm. For those who've jumped over the pool of water, have jumped over the pool of water. So I'm the only one remaining on this other side. Then everyone is waiting for me to jump so that we can continue. Remember, guys, we are all of us, all the youth that had gone to do service for my grandma. Oh my God. Then I jump. Then I miss it and I just jump into the water. In fact, I slipped and I fell into the water. Muddy, dirty water. Oh my God. I was so embarrassed, especially after saying the short ones should use the route in the farm. I was so embarrassed. I did not even have the energy to stand up and continue. I did not even have the energy to stand up. So I think it was my cousin or one of the boys who were with us, that came and held my hand to help me get up. So I didn't know how I'm supposed to walk like that from that pool of water till home. And mark you, my home and my grandma's home is not even very close. So that journey, I didn't even know how I was supposed to do that. So a few meters away from that pool of water where I had just fallen, my whole skirt was wet with mud and it was just dripping with water. I can't even talk about my shoes at this point because, wow. My legs are dirty, my shoes are dirty, and I think I had even worn white rubber shoes. If you grew up in the village in Kenya, not necessarily in the village, the Batangoma, I think I'd even worn white shoes. Then I've jumped into dirty water, I've fallen into dirty water, my whole skirt is dirty, my shoes are dirty, my feet are dirty. Hey. Okay, let's continue. So guys, a few meters away from that pool of water was my auntie's place. So my cousin suggested, okay, let's just go until auntie's place, then you'll try and wipe off the mud and all that, then you can continue with our journey. I'm telling you guys, for real, this is the most quiet journey I've ever had because I was feeling so embarrassed. I could not wait until I get to my auntie's place so that I can at least get off the mud, because we are passing shops and everything, and in that village people are always standing outside the shops, outside on the road. So people are just looking at me and thinking, what is happening with this girl? Oh my God, I was so embarrassed. And at this point, I'm actually in campus. I'm not like a small kid, Can you imagine? Oh my God. So we finally get to my auntie's place. Then my auntie was so shocked, Nini imetendeka na huyu? She just exclaimed like that in Swahili. In English, it means, what just happened to this one? Oh my God. So she got me some water and a piece of cloth. So my elder sister, I think, tried to help me wipe off the dirt from my cloth. So we wiped off the dirt from my skirt, and I wiped off my feet and my shoes. Of course, they had no remedy, although I tried to get off the dirt from them. So I was just looking out of place throughout that journey, to be honest, guys. I was just looking dirty. I was just looking so dirty. From that place, from my auntie's place to home, was the most quiet journey I have had. Most quiet walk I've had in a long time. I was so quiet. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to engage in any stories. I didn't want. Lucky enough, it was getting dark. I think that was my saving grace, because then I will not have to, persevere with stares and glances from the villagers as we go along. So it was getting a little bit dark, and I felt so happy that it was getting dark. Yeah, anyway, guys, we walked till home, and I've never recovered. Okay, I recovered, but I still remember it, and I just feel like, why did I have to embarrass myself in front of other youth? Like, you know how sensitive you are at that age. Then I'm here falling in mud. Maybe they were youth. Hey, let me not even think about it. Anyway, guys, that was my story. Tell me about your most embarrassing ones in the comment section. So thank you for staying with me till the end. So this is me just finishing up on undoing my braids. See you in the
Say what you wanna say to me now.